I'm
God.
hungry.
I am... Shit, I'm actually hungry too. It's 12 already.
Xbox. Order McDo.
Hey everybody, this is TMG Podcast. This is episode 33.
Damn it.
33.
So close.
I know, I was looking, I checked another tab to just make sure I was going to say the right thing. Episode 33 of a podcast that's all about video games. This is Carlos, and with me is the usual Will.
Hello.
And Mickey, who's a
Hey
little bit laggy.
guys, what's going on? Oh,
But he's
who
fine.
hails the lag?
PLDT lag. Yo, wait.
24/7, of
Oh,
course.
my phone. Stuff is beeping all over the place.
Yeah, Mickey's messaging us. Big B pole dancing. Yeah.
That's the one.
That's a
Yeah.
Big B pole dancing. Anyways,
Might talk about that. We might talk about that this episode. It's late on the news, but we have a lot to talk about because we played a good amount of new games that was released like this week, I guess, or last week. And then since 2 weeks from now, it's gonna be E3. Pretty excited about that. Kind of worried for Nintendo's sake, but
oh yeah,
it's-
well we heard news from Ubisoft about that too, right? But I'm sure
oh, you want to mention that as well? I guess.
we should.
Oh, no. I know what you're talking about, so we'll just save that if we mention so many good things,
Yeah.
and then we want to balance nature out by saying something horrible. Let's dump that.
Okay.
Because that's kind of like a low blow
Well,
by
we
Ubisoft.
we have to mention it though. Like we have to inform our listeners about
Yes,
tell them everything.
about everything bad about Nintendo. You want to start with impressions? Like you want to kick it in, like start it up?
Well, I played The Walking Dead season 2 episode 3.
Ah, so did I.
Aha!
I'm still haven't.
And the video is up on the internet. I'll just publish it sometime this
Well,
week.
Well, how did you? I found this one had the decisions were a little bit more cut and dry. Like they weren't so difficult to make.
Except for the last bits, I guess.
the last bit, yeah.
You know what I'm
but-
talking about,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I know what you're talking about. But for the majority of it, you kind of like, yeah, this is the right thing to do. Like there's never a point where you're like, oh crap, what do I do?
And there was a copious amount of hugging in the choices. I noticed.
Hugging.
Well,
yeah, like you meet a
yeah.
character, one of the options is hug X character.
Yeah.
Then it happens again. I
Wow.
don't know.
Okay.
You don't.
Well, you're
usually
playing a
do that.
girl. You're playing a little girl.
You're playing a little girl.
So-
I'm still I mean the end was a pretty good cliffhanger. I'm looking forward to the next episode, but like I don't really see at this point we're 3 episodes in and I don't really know where this is going, Where this is
Yeah,
all
they
leading
don't. They
up
don't
to.
have like a big end goal yet.
Because like in the first season you were kind of like, okay, we're going to get to Savannah and find Clementine's parents and do something, right? But like here you're like, what the fuck are we doing, guys?
Just wandering about.
We're just like fucking around.
Savannah wasn't really the main objective. It was more like,
Like there was Savannah, and then there was Kenny's boat idea, right?
Yeah.
Which happened to be in the same place, so that was the whole thing.
oh, that's
Gotta
true,
get to
actually.
Savannah. This one is just like, oh, we gotta go here. Then something happens, and we end up here. Then,
Yeah, like right now I feel like I don't know where this is going to end up in. Like it's really weird.
My question is though, like, this is season 2, and we know who Clementine is, and I guess the question about Clementine is like, how she is as she grows up. But how about the characters around her though? Because like I'm sure it's like unknown
Well-
people already around a very familiar character.
We've already mentioned. I think anyone who's played episode 2 knows that there is a returning character from the first season who plays
Right.
a pretty big role. The newer characters are all kind of interesting in a way.
They didn't really dumb down on that. Like
some of them are
Yeah,
interesting. Some of them are just
pretty
really.
interesting.
Some of them are
quite
really stupid.
are just very generic, very, very one-dimensional type of characters.
Mhm.
But actually, it's true. I find the newer cast of characters less interesting than the original cast. Like I
Yeah.
can name a few of the new ones, like Carlos, for example. But
Me.
I couldn't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mexican you.
there's a Spanish dude in the. Or
I am Spanish, by the way. I'm half Spanish.
Well, we
but I
did
guess
get colonized for 300 years by
That's
the
true.
Spanish.
I guess we're all Spanish. That's true.
We're technically Spanish.
I'm not really.
Yeah.
I'm not that special actually to begin with. Okay, go ahead.
Um.
Who else?
And
There's,
see,
that,
that's all.
there's one dude who looks like Nathan Drake.
Yeah, that's true. The Nathan Drake lookalike. But what's his name? See, I don't even know his name.
With Nathan Fillion being voiced.
Escaped me. I had
There's
it a while ago.
there's the pregnant lady. Like, hey, we're not spoiling too much here because these are characters that are introduced to you right at the first episode. So there is a pregnant lady, and then the doctor's daughter.
The Kenny Jr. look-alike. He's got a hat and he's an
Recycled
asshole.
content. Recycled content.
Yep. Oh, I think Luke is the name of the Nathan Drake look-alike.
That's Luke? Was it
Yeah.
Luke? I don't remember.
I think it's Luke. He has like the orange shirt and he has like leather belts on him.
But that's actually why I was saying, like, in the second episode when the old character comes back and you're like, oh wow, I felt so good. Like I think, oh, I can trust this guy, you know, I can trust this person. So that's how I played my Clementine. It's like, okay, I know who this person is. I can trust this person. I don't know who.
Yeah, there was a lot of that even in the second episode, where they give you options to choose sides very early on.
Yeah, between like your
Between
old.
this group and the other group, or
It's actually it sounds like somewhat similar to the first season because because I only played the first season for me, and my basis is like even like in the first episode you're kind of like you have to side with one group with Kenny, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
it's hard not to talk about this game without spoiling a little bit.
no,
but,
but like in the first season, it was usually just side with Kenny or don't side with Kenny, then always side with Clementine, right? Well, this one it's just one or the other. There's usually no choice for a neutral side. And if there is, it's just you. Unlike before, it was Lee and Clementine. Now you're just a single party.
You can't really say that you're always in line, you're always with Clementine because I think just we're all human to the fact that we just went in that direction. I don't think anybody went the other way when it comes to the choices for Clementine. Like I don't want to mention any like in episode 2, like that very kind of nasty part in episode 2 of season 1 where you had to either tell Clementine to not do it or do it. And it's part of the whole end results. And when I saw the percentage of that big decision, like 99% said yes. So cause it's just like you have that little like I have to protect Clementine always in season 1, and with season 2, is it just more of a survival thing now, or just
that's what it feels like. It's like it doesn't feel like there's really a. I don't
There's
know
no
what
end zone in sight.
I don't know what we're working towards. I just want to survive, right? And trying to make the best of a bad situation.
Yeah, it's like find a good bunch of people and just survive. Just like what happened in the show recently, right? Just find
pretty
people
much,
and survive.
to survive. But my focus when I was like at the midpoint of season 1 was I want to see where Clementine will end up, or like how this will conclude, because I guess I was really attached to Clementine, and I think this is the same effect now. I mean, like you kind of want to see, or you're still not confused.
Like no, because Clementine seems a little too mature for everyone. Like everyone's freaking out, and she's just so calm and cool-headed the whole time.
She's that well trained.
Not just because you're playing her, but like even her choices, or like she doesn't act out or anything impulsively.
Actually, that's true. She is kind of like the most mature person in the whole group. So.
Wow, she's been taught well then.
Yeah, no, but
that's what makes all the other characters look so stupid.
I was. She's way more mature than she should be for a kid her age. And like you can make all these arguments about this zombie apocalypse, whatever, right? But I mean, there's another kid with her who's completely the dynamic. And I think that's kind of why they put that other kid.
But the other one.
Yeah, I kind of think that's why they put that other kid in there because like she's like
the wild card.
She's the complete opposite of Clementine, like completely helpless, and innocent. Well, Clementine seems to be like.
She doesn't come off as innocent though. She comes off as just really stupid.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a girl.
It's a girl.
They throw those types of archetype characters
Please,
in.
I don't want another Ducky or whatever in that
Oh, come on, Duck
show.
was cool. He high-fived.
Duck was a fucking moron. I hated that kid. I hated that kid. I'm like, look, Dad, I'm in a truck or a tractor. And I'm like, fuck, man, push him out of the damn tractor already. He's annoying. That's pretty cool though. But is it worth how do I say this? Like if someone who has played the first, like for example me, I've only played season 1, and you're halfway through season 2. Do you suggest that I play it or like pick it up based on what you've seen so far?
I think I think it's still.
Or should we wait for the final, like when the whole package has been released?
I can't say I haven't enjoyed it at all. Like I have been definitely enjoying the game so far.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that I feel that it's definitely weaker than the first season. Because at this point in the third, like I said, we're 3 episodes in, and it still feels as if I just no idea what's going on in the greater scheme of things.
Can we start at season 2 though? Like for someone who hasn't played season 2?
No, you cannot.
You really can't. You can't.
Well, then whoever hasn't played Walking Dead, the game
first season
1, play the first season.
Yeah, I guess if you haven't started it yet, then just wait till it's done. Because we are halfway in.
You might as well do that.
Yeah, even
That's what I'm thinking as well, actually.
Even if the season 2 is weaker than the first, it's an hour and 30 or 45 minutes of usually majority bullshit sometimes. But then the cliffhanger leaves me wanting to play more.
Okay. I guess I'll just wait until it gets cheaper because I have a lot of I'm kind of more focused on Wolf Among Us just because I've already started.
We're doing the opposite thing. You're doing Wolf Among Us. We're doing Walking Dead. So I'm ready for Wolf Among Us to finish before I started.
No, because like Xbox 360 had they released the episode 1 for free at one point. Yeah, and I picked it up. I'm like, okay, cool. It was at a limited time. Like, you can play this game on Christmas for free. I'm like, okay. I picked it up. I'm like, I have an episode to play. I played it. I'm pretty invested in it, and I want to keep going. So the season 2, I guess I'll wait for the full one, and then see how your reactions towards the end because I think they're releasing the next one, episode 4, like really soon. I think they're trying to wrap it up. Because Telltale Game has a lot of games to work on, so I'm sure they want these out of the door already. Because they got Game of Thrones, they got Borderlands, that still needs to be developed.
Tales from the Game of Thrones.
It's Tales from the Games of Thrones.
Tales from
combining.
The Walking Thrones of games. I don't know.
What have you been playing, Carlos? I know you bought Transistor.
Transistor. Transistor, the new game from Supergiant Games, the creators of Bastion. I got it day 1 actually. It's $20 on Steam, and I was really excited for this game, just on the sheer fact on how gorgeous it looks and how reminiscent it was to Bastion. Because I'm a huge fan of Bastion. I played it.
Does it play anything at all like Bastion?
No, it's not.
No.
In terms of gameplay, it's a completely different thing. I think the best way I can describe it, because the gameplay. Well, I'll start with the gameplay first. The gameplay pretty much is a mixture of real-time and turn-based.
Okay.
It's not an action RPG in essence, but there's a ability called Turn, which is pretty much you stopping time and giving you the ability to plot your abilities and skills and in your position. And once you've plotted your attack or your skills, time resumes and all of your skills just happen in an instant.
I see. Okay. So it's and then once your skills, it pauses again, and then you start again, right?
Once you've executed Turn, which that's what it's called, all the skills execute, and then you have to wait until the bar fills up before you can start doing skills. which is the reason, which is kind of why I'm kind of like weirded out by the gameplay. At first glance, when I saw the trailer, it looked pretty interesting, but if you actually execute that ability, that turn, that to stop time and everything, once you do that, you can't do anything. You have to wait for the bar to fill. So it comes out to a point where it just feels like Parasite Eve, where you're walking around this little enclosed space where enemies are around you, and you have to wait until your bar is filled to do an action. The only difference here in Transistor is if your bar is filled, you have the option to either do turn or play it as an action RPG where you can just use your skills on real time. But the problem with doing it in real time is like it's slower to do.
Okay,
So the robot can actually react really fast to the point that it actually punishes you to do real time action. So you're kind of.
How's the story? Like, it seems like does it have? Is it similar? Also, is there anything at all similar to Bastion? Because I'm still trying to make a connection here. Or
the connection with
apart
how
from
they
the fact that they're
present the
made by
story.
the same guy. So it's like a guy narrating again.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Well, in Bastion, it's like there's someone narrating the story. Like pretty much whatever's happening in Bastion. Like if you're fighting this group of people, they'll start talking about this kid starts fighting, or if you start using a specific weapon, he'll actually mention talk about the weapon. Here, it's not much of a narration, more of the sword Transistor talking to the main character, which is called Red.
Okay.
Because the story pretty much revolves around her. She has no voice. She lost her voice, so the protagonist will not talk. So the only connection you'll have is pretty much the Transistor talking to her, and every now and then when you go to a information terminal, she will use the terminal to type in some chat to talk to Transistor every now and then. So that's the connection in terms of how they present the story.
Okay.
Like it's still similar. It's similar to how they do Bastion. But when it comes to the story, though, once you press that start button when you launch the game, you're instantly thrown to the action. Like you're just thrown there. You have no explanation about what's going on. You just find Red in front of Transistor, the big sword.
Yep.
And then bam, you're now in a tutorial on how to do turn. And then, so all the questions on like who's this girl, what's this sword, what's going on in this sci-fi city called Cloudbank, that's all explained like midway. So it's a weird progression because I was confused the whole time. I don't know why, for example, why she's included, why she has that sword, why there's someone talking to that. I mean, why is the sword talking, or why are these machines after me? That's all explained as you go on. Like I think in the third hour you'll get some idea. So it's not a turn off, but it takes a while to build up the story.
But overall, it sounds very. It sounds like if you enjoyed Bastion, this is something you'd really enjoy also.
Kinda, maybe based on the art and the presentation.
Right.
The Bastion is more. It has. Actually, I have to be honest. Bastion has a more enjoyable gameplay compared to Transistor, just solely because you have that downtime. When you do turn, you just have to hope to God you won't die. Like you have to do turn, run around, and then when the bar fills up, do it again. It's cool. It's a cool concept to think about it, but once you're playing it, like you're just pretty much doing that over and over again.
Right,
Whereas in Bastion, it's real time. So in terms of combat, it kind of went down. In terms of art and presentation, it looks way better than Bastion in terms of like how it looks. It looks. I don't know. I don't know how Super Giant Games does it. It looks amazing, and it's an indie game. I can't even quite tell if it's 3D or not 3D. It's or 2D.
I had a chance to listen to the soundtrack actually because the full thing is available for free officially on YouTube. It's not like some dude ripped it and put it on YouTube. Like I guess they figured, heck, someone's gonna do it anyways. Let's beat them to the punch.
Yeah.
And put the soundtrack up on YouTube. And it's actually a really
it's an amazing soundtrack.
It's a
I'll tell
great
you that right
soundtrack. Yeah, exactly.
That's like the biggest pull, the best positive aspect of this game is really the art and the soundtrack of this game. Like it really helps the atmosphere because it's pretty much like a sci-fi I'm not too sure I can say cyberpunk.
Yeah,
But
it is because it's like it's not high sci-fi. It's not like spaceships and stuff, right?
That's
like,
true. Yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, the soundtrack is amazing, and I want to talk about a little bit about the details of the game because, for one, the game is compared to Bastion, it's relatively short,
Yeah.
but it's a sweet deal. It's pretty much the same duration as I think Strider. So maybe around I think my first playthrough was around 5-6 hours, and that's me doing most of the things as I went through Transistor, and it's actually pretty sweet, those small little details, like if I don't know why, but Transistor has, if you press, I played the game in the controller, if you press the left bumper, you can make Red hum, like she'll just start humming, and her hum is based on the soundtrack that's currently playing on whatever stage you're in.
Wow, that's cool.
That's that was like wow, because like when I went to the beach area, because there's like some home base where you can start doing your practice, like some side stuff. It's in the beach area. She has a beach soundtrack. So when I pressed the hum, she was like humming to the beach sound. And then when I went to this opera or like this like opera stage area, like after the boss, it was a completely like upbeat, completely opposite to what the beach sound was, and she was humming to that. So it's like every single soundtrack she hums completely different. So that little kind of detail was actually pretty good. And I kind of, I don't want to spoil the story, but as it hits the end, it kind of unfolds. It was an okay story. I just didn't like how it was building it up. Like, you kind of get the full idea towards the end only. That's my thing in the story. And if I have to say, if I compare like Bastion and Transistor, I have to go with Bastion still. As much as Transistor is such an amazing looking game, the combat's pretty interesting, but Bastion has much more interesting in terms of combat, in terms of story. And I don't know, that narrator was just pretty epic, to be honest. But I'd still suggest Transistor though, but it's kind of pricey for an indie.
that was my next question. Like for right now, it's available on Steam for about $20.
Yeah, that's what I saw as well.
The people who've played Bastion, I think they would love to like jump in for this, but I guess for those who haven't played Bastion, who has no idea what to expect out of Supergiant games, maybe play Bastion, and then if you appreciate what they've done with Bastion, then jump in on Transistor, because I didn't even look at what was going on. I was just a huge fan of Bastion when Transistor came out. I just bought it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But with the Steam summer sale like, right around the corner, I guess it may be one of those titles that will get a price cut. So
yeah, so it's $20. It had New Game Plus when I finished it. I'm like halfway through my New Game Plus. It's not that different, so you're not gonna get anything that significant if you played it over again. But the combat, the skills though are pretty interesting. Like, each skill is actually a person. So there's not much characters you can like talk or interact with, but they just like, every skill, because like pretty much the Transistor sucks up like every character you meet, and then it becomes a skill. And the whole concept is you can combine one skill to another. Like each skill can either be an active skill, a passive skill, or an upgrade skill to another skill. It's very deep, and it actually takes me like hours to make up a new build. But overall, Transistor is an amazing game. And
there we have it.
Yeah. What about you, Will?
Well, I did mention again. I played.
You're the one who played Walking Dead.
Yeah,
You both did, though.
Well, me and Migs both did. I could mention also I played the demo of an Indonesian horror game called Dreadout.
It's Indonesia.
And in fact, I think I mentioned that I was going to do a playthrough of this last week. I have. The problem is the sound just isn't that great, so I'm figuring out how I can fix it before I post anything about that. But totally worth it game for considering this is an indie Kickstarter title. It's got the vibe of Fatal Frame down pat, and I think it's even slightly better than Fatal Frame because you're using a phone camera basically instead of like in Fatal Frame where you use a real camera, right?
Also, they're modern. That's why.
Yeah. So your phone is your light. It's your flashlight plus your weapon, right? So when you're just walking around, you're holding the phone up for the flashlight, and you can sort of see the screen. So and then the screen will show like if something weird's there. And then when you finally bring it up to your eye level to take a picture, it's great. I'm it's got a lot of good moments. Very very creepy, very scary.
It's all about those jump scares. It's all about those jump scares still. With
well,
this one,
it's got jump scares, and then it's a lot of jump scares for sure. So, but it's also kind of procedural, like because I think the ghosts are generally scary because they're like Asian style, like lady with long hair.
lady.
It's a long-haired white girl.
Yeah, no, those that freaks the hell out of me. So when a ghost is chasing you, you can't see it until you bring your camera up to your eyes, right? So, but there's
really?
yeah, but there is like there's visual contextual clues that the game gives you, like the border of your screen will turn red when there's a supernatural element nearby, and then you might hear it also. So you're running around in this dark, dim area, and then you have to bring up the camera to look around if it's nearby, and sometimes it's right in your face, and you're like, oh my god. So it's pretty freaky. And I played the demo, and the demo is actually worth playing still, despite even if you buy the full game, because the demo is a separate story altogether from the main game. So it kind of links together.
It's it's out on PC or is it going to?
It's out on PC and only on 64-bit Windows 7, Windows 8 systems right now. It's divided into 2 episodes. Episode 1, which is available now. Episode 2 will be released later for free. But yeah, so if you don't have a 64-bit PC system, you're kind of out of luck right now. But they say they're working on getting it down to other kinds of systems as fast as they can.
Linux.
Linux, yeah, and stuff like that.
Windows XP.
Fuck that! I still support.
I don't think Windows XP
support
supports
anymore. No,
well,
but
not yet. Who knows?
how long is the demo though? Because I'm still like I have like that little itch of like I need to get a horror game down because I haven't had a horror in a while.
I think.
Was it a good hour?
No, it's about an hour, 2 hours, yeah, for the demo.
Oh.
The demo is totally free. Pick it up if you want to check it out and you have a 64-bit system. But yeah, if you don't, then
Too bad.
You're too bad. Yeah.
Then play
But
Fatal Frame.
I think they're planning to bring it out also on iPad, and I don't know. But for a game again, what I like about it is that it's Indonesian game. I think actually I'm thinking it may have been better experience if I played the game because I played it with English, but there's an option to start to play it in Indonesian. I think if you played in Indonesian with English subtitles, it might be a better experience. So
Maybe, yeah. What about you, Migs? I've heard you played something new as well.
Yeah, when was it released? I got Drakengard 3 on PS3.
Drakengard 3, which is what's the Japanese version of it? Like Dragoon.
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 The Japanese version is Dragoon something.
Yeah. So if you have you played any of the Drakengard games on PS2?
I have no idea what this is.
I have played Drakengard 2 on PS2. It's an action RPG kind of thing. Made.
It's like Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah, it's Dynasty Warriors. It's Square Enix still, right? It's still Square Enix.
It gave me a near feel.
Yeah, because the stories of Drakengard and Nier are related.
Huh? Oh, they are? Okay, I didn't know that.
I looked it up. One of the endings of Drakengard 1 leads to the events of Nier. Like the opening of Nier.
Oh, it's the same universe. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, and Drakengard 3 is made by some ex-Cavia dudes, which did Nier. Cavia developed Nier for Square Enix.
Oh, that's weird. Because when I was checking out the gameplay of Drakengard 3, I was like, it feels a bit Nierish.
I think it even uses the same engine.
Maybe, yeah.
And like Kaine from Nier, her outfit is one of like the DLC costumes in Drakengard 3.
So what's Drakengard? What's Drakengard all about?
It's the same thing. It's the story-wise, you're a band of sisters with like superpowers, and you control dragons.
Of course.
You're the one sister who's trying to kill them all, so that she can be the only one or something. Like I don't know her main goal yet, but she wants to kill all of her. I think it's 5 sisters that she wants to kill.
Wait, you're the one in Lust for Power?
Yeah.
Wow.
Your character's name is 0, and all your sisters are named 1 to 5. So, and
What?
you fight them in like,
The hell?
Sorry.
I don't know, it's weird.
Just give her a name.
You fight them in descending order.
Oh, in descending order. Okay.
You fight 5 first, and I'm chasing 4 now.
Okay, so it's
So like the initial combat is you're already on your way to fight them with with the world's strongest dragon.
okay.
And during the fight, I think you lose one of your eyes, and then your dragon gets killed. And after that, it has a 1-year gap, and your dragon essentially gets reborn with a different personality, a different voice, and has no memory of his previous life. So yun,
and then she has a weird eye after that. 'Cause I
that
saw
sort of
her.
Dynasty Warriors combat with segments that you can summon your dragon and just the dragon will wreak havoc in that one area and then leave. And then there are some like gameplay moments where you're riding on your dragon and you have to take out like giant cannons or big enemies.
Because like a Dragoon. Was that Xbox One game? The
Panzer Dragoon?
Yeah.
No, Panzer Dragoon was sort of like an arcade afterburner game, right? Where you're always flying and you have to aim and move at the same time.
It doesn't go like that.
No, this is just third-person action.
Okay.
With RPG elements, but they're all mission-based, so there's no like hub world to run around.
Oh, it's like
yeah.
DMC-ish, like stage 1, stage 2, or
Yeah, stage 1, stage 2, and you can carry up to 4 different types of weapons that you have to equip beforehand. Like instead of like in Nier, right? You can switch on the fly between any of your weapon types.
Yeah.
Like you press right on the D-pad, it's the spears. You press left, it's the heavy swords, and down is the regular swords. And you can switch to any of those on the fly. Here you have to preset which type of weapon you're bringing. Like you can switch on the fly between your spear or your sword or whatever, but you can only bring one sword or one spear, and they all have different normal attacks, different
moveset.
Yeah, movesets essentially, and combo enders, and you can like level them up. So you have to decide what to bring beforehand, and yeah, it hasn't come to the point where like I hit myself for like making the wrong decision of bringing the wrong sword.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the certain types of normals tend to usually make a difference for your fighting style and for what enemy types you're facing. So like they start throwing different types really early on, instead of just the generic dudes you can kill and
They just run up to you and then do nothing and then attack you after 2 seconds.
The first enemy types are really easy, but the second ones and the ones to follow, most of the time they don't flinch to your attacks. So you got to be careful, and you can dodge and you can block. And
what's how's the game so far? I mean, like
it's okay, but like it's fun third-person combat. It's more fun than the Dynasty Warriors combat system because like you can do combos and you can air juggle.
Is it filled with like so many people like?
No, it's not filled with a lot of enemies on screen compared to the
ridiculous amount of people for like all fodder.
Which is funny because you don't get a lot of enemies on screen, but the frame rate goes to shit at a lot of times.
Oh really? It has some frame rate.
Like it starts off at 60, but once you go to an open area, it drops to like 30, and when you have 5 enemies, it goes to like 20 something, and there's screen tearing everywhere. Like,
this is made by Square Enix,
It's not even frame drops. It's frame skips. So like you won't see what happens sometimes because like it just skips the frame straight out.
Oh really? I never experienced that.
You know how I said like you can summon your dragon at some points and he'll just wreak havoc. You can clip straight through him and the camera will just go crazy. Like I just uploaded a clip where I was fighting dudes in a corner and my dragon just went through me and inside, and there's blood on the screen, and he was twirling about, and I couldn't see anything for like 2 seconds.
How big is the dragon? Is it like covering the whole stage?
Yeah, the dragon is significantly large, and you encounter some like giant enemies sometimes.
That's always cool. But
it's always cool. Like the bigger the better, I guess.
Yeah, but like it has I think it's a 5 gig install. and
Okay.
it still has all these frame issues. So if
Oh, it's a 5 gig initial install when
Yeah.
you boot it
And then
up
you
the
still
first
get
time.
frame issues, but
and it had like a 170 MB update before that. So I don't know. This frame drop is really bad, and it's exclusive to PS3. So
Yeah, it
good job,
is.
guys.
And this game has actually been out for a while. 'Cause I remember I was talking to you guys a while ago that I saw it like in Jan in
Yeah.
Taiwan.
It's been out for a while in
It's been
Japan.
out for a while, yeah, or Japanese or Asian. I don't know. It just now got a Western release. I don't know anything about it. It's the first time I ever saw it.
It's a completely different story from the first two games because it's a straight up prequel. And like
It's a
the events,
prequel.
yeah, because I think in
Right.
Drakengard 1, there's only one dragon, I think, and that's
Mhm.
yours. Well, this one, like some of your sisters have some dragons.
They have friends.
Yeah, so I think you're gonna kill them all.
That's so weird though. You're pretty much the bad guy. Oh, I don't know.
Well,
Is there a
that's
reason
how
why she wants to do that?
They haven't said yet, but like I think there's implied that there's another reason why she's doing it. But for the most part,
Did one of the sisters kill one of her husbands?
I don't know. But like, since the dragon has a new personality and new memory, he keeps asking. He's like a child. He has a child's voice, so he keeps asking a lot of questions.
I was about to ask if it was voiced by Troy Baker.
No, he's voiced by like I think it's a girl, but I don't know.
Okay,
A
well, maybe Troy Baker can do
little
that. I
boy
don't know.
And you know how in here you have these very vulgar dialogues.
Yeah.
It's the same here. Not to the same amount, but like she cusses a lot. And then your dragon will ask, what does that mean? What does a slut mean?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You got that conversation
What
happens.
does it mean if you're loose or something like that? It's like your character badmouths her sisters.
what the heck?
Well, she's trying to kill them anyway.
Well,
so-
it's the generic archetype of anime girls. Like you have the eldest big-breasted slutty sister, you have the petite frail one, etc., etc.
number 5.
Number 5 is the slutty one, and you kill her straight up.
Straight up
Like
introduction.
mission 2, I think, or something.
That's cool. How much is it though? It's an exclusive, so I'm
it's-
guessing it's around 2
They
plus.
only got Databits only got the R3 version, and I think it's going for. They posted at 2,000 pesos, but I think it's at 1,900 if you get it at the shop.
It's not bad for a new game. It just came out like last week, I think, or this week.
Yeah, last week technically.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's it for our impressions. Like, I guess next week we're gonna be kind of shifting to
E3
Watch
stuff.
Doggies. No, not
Yep,
E3.
Watch
not
Dogs
yet.
is next week.
Watch Doggies.
Well,
Yeah.
we do
We may
have
miss.
We do have a bit of news before we jump into the E3. We do want to talk about our E3's coming up, so we do want to talk about what we expect and what we hope to see. But
Yeah,
there's
'cause, like-
actually some news we should cover before that.
You want to start with? Well, for one, because I got really excited about this. Like, for one, whoever wanted a Street Fighter web series, there's one really good one out now. I just want to put that out there already.
It's great.
Really quick.
I like it a lot. Right.
You saw the first episode or something? Or?
I've seen the first couple episodes already. This is a Street Fighter Assassin's Fist, which is the story of
Of the whole.
Ken, Ryu, Akuma, and Goken, basically.
Yeah. And it's really done well. Like, I've had. Everybody knows the old 1998 Street Fighter. It's the only live action that ever came out.
And it's the best Street Fighter since.
And because there's no one else, right, or something.
Well, there's
But-
a
or-
Chun-Li movie. That was terrible.
Oh yeah, there was a
Oh
shooting
God,
movie.
don't mention that movie.
I don't even know that was
Watch
better.
in a-
I don't even know it was better. I think Street Fighter, the 1998 Street Fighter, is better than that Chun-Li movie because the fact that it was
Yeah, 'cause
entertaining.
that movie was so bad it was good, and it had Gomez Adams in it.
It had Gold was
Van
Adams as
Damme.
Bison for crazy, and Van Damme as,
And
and then Ryu and Ken as the freaking father characters for crazy.
Ryu and Ken as weapon dealers,
They were weapon
and you had Kylie
But anyway-
Minogue as Cammy.
Yeah, that's the reason. Oh yeah, you're right.
yeah, Kylie was Kylie Minogue.
Yeah, I was tainted when I watched Street Fighter, and when I watched Assassin's Fist, they just used everything. They did everything right, from how they fight, well, the story, of course. Well, whatever story they had.
They took a lot of effort to make them look like the video game characters, not like
Especially Ken, I guess.
yeah,
Like
Ken
really looks
especially
like Ken.
looked like Ken.
Like the Alpha Ken. like the Zero Ken,
The
like
long-haired
really young.
Ken.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the timeline of the story, he's not married yet, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
It's
so-
Goken's alive, so.
Yeah, and the Zero
it's
one, technically.
before Alpha. Before Zero.
So they're following the timeline, whatever timeline Street Fighter has. They're following that, and it's like what Will said. It revolves around Ryu, Ken, and pretty much maybe Goken and Goki's story and how they came to be as masters or whatever. And
So, like, I haven't watched even the trailer of this when they first announced it. Like, how long was that ago? Months
yeah,
or like a year? I didn't follow any of it. Like, I'm just gonna watch it.
no, I didn't follow it at all. I just when I saw like
No, but like, I didn't even watch the trailer when it came out. Like, I just hope
I
it's
didn't
good.
do.
I'm gonna watch it. Like, you
I
know
didn't
how
do.
you know how when you go watch a movie that you haven't seen a trailer of or haven't heard anyone talk about it,
Mm.
then you really like the movie, but when you talk to someone about it, like, oh, I hated it, yeah. Like, you just go into it blind, not expecting anything.
I had that same one. Like I had that one for Jack Reacher. Remember that movie? The Tom Cruise movie.
No.
I had no expectation whatsoever, and it was a really good movie. This one also, going back to Street Fighter, I like you, I didn't watch the trailer. When I saw the trailer, I thought that was gonna be a shitty fan-made Street Fighter film. I didn't bother. It was that, and then I realized it was from Machinima, and then Honda supported it. There's actually a Honda logo. They're sponsored by Honda and Capcom.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Honda and Capcom, like they have support by.
So
big
it's a legit fan made.
Pretty much, Capcom.
That's weird.
Dude, Ono, I'm not spoiling anything, but I'm saying Ono has a cameo there.
Oh, that's nice. That's cool.
And they have a lot of, they pay tribute to old Capcom shit too, as well. And some sound
when
music.
did it come
it's
out?
pretty
Like, Friday night for us?
Yesterday, yeah, or 2 days ago, yeah.
Yeah, when it came out, I was about to go to sleep, so I didn't watch it. And like the next day, I just went out to watch X-Men. So that's why I'm gonna watch it tonight.
I was really surprised because I watched the first episode and it's 12 episodes and I just watched the whole thing straight.
Yeah, because like when all these sites started posting it and people started posting the videos, right?
Yeah.
I was expecting it just to be one, maybe 30, 20-minute long video or even 10 minutes long.
Yeah.
But then when I clicked the link, it's a whole playlist of 12 episodes.
They just threw the season into the fucking YouTube, man. And like, there, enjoy. That's what happened.
That did surprise me as well.
Because they did it also for Mortal Kombat, the second season.
Yeah,
they
but
just
like at least the episodes came out like weekly, right? And they announced it was gonna be episodical.
They did?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I thought it was released. I know. I remember. I waited for it to come out first before watching it.
Mm.
And this one just all at the same time.
It just came out. I'm like, okay, cool. But yeah, it's pretty awesome. Whoever wants a true, like, good to honest Street Fighter series, check that out.
I'm hoping the success of this will encourage them to explore the other characters as well. Because Ryu and Ken is probably the most common between Ryu and Ken and Guile. Those are the two more like common running storylines of Street Fighter, right? But no one talks about Zangief. Well, I want to know
Zangief
more
is
about.
cool. He wrestles bears in
He
a
likes
tornado.
Mother Russia.
Yeah, he wrestles bears. We know that, but why does he wrestle bears? You know,
In a
I want to know
snowy
that.
tornado.
I want to see that whole Butler guy. Who's that Butler guy again?
Not the butler, the boxer. What's his name?
Yeah, Butler and a boxer. I mean, I
He's
forget
a
his name.
butler?
Dudley.
Balrog? Or-
Dudley.
No, Dudley.
Dudley's he has a butler, right?
He has a
He looks like a butler, or
A
am I
butler
just
that
big?
has a butler.
A butler can have a butler. I'm sure Alfred can have a butler. Alfred. I'm sure he can have a butler if he wants
the
to.
king of butlers. You know.
He's the king. He's the master of butlers. Yeah. Or maybe Blanca's story,
Jimmy-san.
just to completely like
No, but
just to remove all the taint from the old.
I'm absolutely
Spider
sure
thing.
they will probably, if this works out for them, they can either do two things. They can either continue the story into the later parts of Ryu and Ken, or of Street Fighter, or they can like do something for like the Guile slash Charlie slash M. Bison storyline. You know,
I'd like to see more Charlie, because he died.
I want to see the whole Ryu and Sagat thing. That's what I want to see.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
before
could-
Street Fighter
that
2, how he got the scar.
Yeah, I enjoyed that anime that showed how Ryu gave
Street Fighter
Sagat the
2,
start.
the anime, yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet. Like I want to see
And there
that
was
live
an
action.
anime where they made Sagat black.
What?
Yeah, there was another Street Fighter anime where
Hi. I
it's
mean,
weird.
Okay. I guess I got confused in the process, the brainstorming process of that. Well, anyway, check that out. My final thoughts of it, I think all the video game canon lore crap that has to go live action has to go web series. Because apparently Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, it's like the worst kind of story. Like they don't have the best story, but it just works in these web series on YouTube. So I just hope they just, instead of going Hollywoodish, they just go straight here to YouTube.
Yeah,
It
with
works-
people
it's
who
working.
actually know the
Yeah.
story.
It just works here. I don't know. And YouTube's blowing up anyway, so I think it'll just work that way. Moving on.
Oh wait, shit. Speaking of
Hmm.
YouTube, are we gonna mention the YouTube Twitch thing?
Not the YouTube Twitch thing.
oh,
You,
that's true. That YouTube, is
YouTube
buying
wants to
Twitch.
buy Twitch for $1 billion.
$1 billion. Is it true?
Yeah, but is that happening or is
It's
that
rumored.
It's rumored. Yeah, that's why I don't want to mention it. But
and
I guess
the rumor says it's this is like very early on in the, like, I don't know, the buying process or something.
I wouldn't be surprised because I think I'm not too sure which episode I mentioned it, but Twitch is like blowing up on the US
Yep.
to the point that it's catching. It's not really close to Netflix, but it's up there. It's up there in terms of like highest viewer count.
Yeah, I think it's
And-
even beating MLG in
It's
terms
beating,
of the
it's beating freaking,
esports.
it's bringing baseball live or whatever, or whatever, like NFL live or street, like those.
One
kinds-
of those sports.
One of those sports, which is kind of big since the U.S. likes those football
Like
or
the sports.
NBA, like the sports.
Xbox like sports.
But what would happen though? Because YouTube has their own live streaming, but
Yeah, but like it's kind of shit.
it is kind of shit. But I guess it'll be an interesting move though.
It's
Twitch,
like how how Google made Google Video, and that was kind of shit.
Hmm.
So they
Everything
just bought YouTube.
Google has something of everything at this point, and we don't want.
I for one will welcome our Google overlords if they could give us fast internet. You know?
As long as there's no copyright flagging, 'cause that's a bummer.
I would go for any internet at this point because, oh my god, this internet. It's funny though that like I have like 5 Mbps and that should work, but since it's 2014, it just doesn't. I don't know why. I feel it's supposed to work, but it doesn't seem it's enough still.
PLDT.
Thanks, PLDT. But yeah, if Twitch does get bought by YouTube,
I hope they can still do what they do and not like let Google.
it'll be the same, but they'll just do more. They'll be able to do more.
You're gonna need a Google Plus account to comment in chat. Oh,
That might happen.
I'm fine because like Google,
if there's one thing,
Google can give them the money and support to have like better servers.
yeah, that's
Like,
what
I just hope that the whole copyright thing doesn't like transfer to
Twitch.
Because
That's true.
that was people's like escape from YouTube's ban hammering with the whole copyright strikes.
Content. Like,
And then
especially
Twitch has this paid subscription service now, right?
yeah,
For I think people in the States.
Mm.
yeah, they do. They have Twitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
YouTube
can
is trying to implement that now, but like I don't think it's kicked off yet.
I haven't heard about that.
But Twitch has that active now, and that's what people are doing for the most part.
Yeah, we got banned from Twitch one time.
Yep. Because we're in the future.
Because we're in the future. We had Far Cry 3 first. We tried to stream
heads
that.
up, we can't stream Watch Dogs until it's May 27 in the States.
Okay.
Dang.
Just a heads up.
Okay. I don't get banned.
We're like 12 hours in advance.
We're gonna have Watch Dogs officially first. I was gonna say that
Yep, for a few hours.
for a few hours. But anyway, moving on. Wait, do we have enough time for one more bit of news before we hit the break, though?
We can do one more bit of news, then we'll hit a break, and then we'll finish off with the remaining news.
Yes. Well, I just want to do it right now because we missed it last week, and since we already mentioned it, Far Cry 4.
Far Cry 4 has been announced. Yeah, we should mention that.
It was announced last week. We kind of bumped it out of the last episode because it was just more of an announcement. It just had a cover photo and
Yeah.
hey, Far Cry 4 is out. You can
Yeah,
pre-order.
but now they've recently announced that there's also going to be a season pass. But like, what the hell, dude?
Wow.
Why announce a season pass when you
Yeah,
don't
why
even know
why
what
do you gotta be such a downer? So
You know,
early.
like, Far Cry
Why you gotta
4?
tell us what we can get
Yeah.
when we don't even know what the hell the game is about? We know what Far Cry is about, but we don't know what the
See,
new game is about.
This is what I hate about the game industry now, especially from these big publishers, is that they're so DLC like driven already. Like that's already planned from the inception of the game. What will be what will be sold as DLC? You know, it kind of irritates me. It's like when they just announced Far Cry 4 and said, "Oh yeah, well it'll be a $30 season pass, but we're not
They
going to tell
announced the
you."
DLC before the game. That's what's gonna
Yeah,
happen
what the
next.
hell, dude?
We have not seen a single piece of content about Far Cry 3. Far Cry 4, sorry.
Except like the cover, basically.
Yeah, which
Which is weird.
I don't know. I don't know what it is
It's
yet.
more than what Darksiders got. Darksiders just had "We're not dead yet."
Mm.
No, it's more than what. It's more than
This
what
has a
we got.
picture.
It's more than what we got out of Battlefield 4, because the first bit of news we got out of Battlefield 4 was from Medal of Honor. When you buy Medal of Honor Warfighter, you get instant access to Battlefield 4.
Or yeah.
What? There's Battlefield 4 next year?
I remember that, yeah.
That's what happened. Thanks, EA.
Or even the same thing now with Wolfenstein. Get a free pass to Doom. Like, oh, there's Doom?
Yeah, like, oh, we're excited, but why are we excited? There's nothing to show. I mean, like, why is that an incentive when we have no idea what that kind of piece of title is? I mean, like Far Cry 4, it's as expected though, because with the success of Far Cry 3, I didn't think Ubisoft would go straight up to 4. I thought they would go Far Cry something, you know?
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
like,
yeah.
because like when they did Assassin's Creed 2 and it had a huge success, it went Assassin's Creed bullshit, you know, Brotherhood, bullshit, whatever. And then they went to 3. But apparently they're jumping from 3 to 4. Not much news after that announcement. It's just, yes, there's a season pass for $30. No information on why you'd like to spend $30 yet. But are you excited for Far Cry 4? I'm still trying to go through Blood Dragon. I mean, I'm not that burned out yet.
I haven't finished Blood Dragon yet either. But, depends, man, because Far Cry 3 I actually enjoyed Far Cry 2 and Far Cry 3, but I thought Far Cry 3 had a weird, I think the story was a little off. Wasn't that as interesting as it could have been.
It was only interesting once one particular character was gone.
Oh, right.
That's about it. I enjoyed Far Cry 3. Like, it was a really good game. I hated Far Cry 2. So, so, I guess, for me once they show something about Far Cry 4. I hope it's something completely different, though.
Well, now that I think about it, to be fair, I don't think any Far Cry game has ever really had a extremely interesting storyline. Like, I remember 2, I got annoyed because I kept getting freaking malaria or whatever. And
Well, Far Cry 2, you get malaria, you have your guns cocking up on you every single freaking hour. I mean, like,
I remember that.
It was a nuisance, and then like the damn trucks hardly work. I mean, this game. But yeah, Far Cry 4 is coming out, and well, I don't know, Migs, is that your cup of tea? I don't wanna.
I haven't played any of the games yet.
Well, if ever you do, I guess. I don't know how to introduce it.
It's a first-person shooter, so I don't know.
Yeah, you don't like first.
I'm not fond of the first-person shooting.
Anyway, that's it for a bit. We're gonna mention a little bit of news before we do the whole E3 talk on the second half. We'll do a quick break. Thanks for listening in, though. We'll have the second half all E3. This is our start of our whole E3 talk, because next week, the week before that, week after that, sorry, it's all E3. It's gotta be, because E3 is coming out June 10th.
Yep.
First week of June. And that's going to be a doozy, pretty much. And then, yeah, thanks for listening in again, and we'll see you in seconds, really. And we're back.
We're back.
Video games, more video game talks.
So we have a
few
more bits of news, right, before we
Yeah.
jump into that.
We babble a lot, so we have to like squeeze.
No,
in
well, we've got some HD remakes, or not HD remakes, but just remakes in general.
waste of money remix.
Not
Actually,
necessarily. I mean,
I don't know. I kind of got pissed off when I heard. Okay, go ahead, just announce it.
yeah, okay. So Metro Last Light is getting a remake called Metro Redux, which will be for Xbox One and PS4.
And PC.
And really, and PC as well.
That's why I'm pissed off. That's why I'm pissed off.
Oh wow!
'Cause I thought I was like all good, and all of a sudden they have a
redefined version of it. Okay.
Definitive. I couldn't say that properly. I couldn't say that properly.
No, but I kind of agree. That's kind of a bad habit. Like you don't want to be. It's like
I wish they
I
wish they did the same then for Metro 2033, and put
they
them
should.
together or something.
Actually, does this contain
That's what it is.
2033?
Yeah, but
That's
what
it is.
Last Light.
You have both. You have both, huh?
It's
okay.
improved versions of both 2033 and Metro Last Light.
Okay, I thought it was just Last Light.
Okay.
Because I have the games already, and apparently I don't have the definitive version. And if I want the definitive version, I have to buy the Redux version. Yeah, I don't know.
Is it just going to be a graphics overhaul, or are they going to rewrite the story?
No, there's an introduction of two unique play styles. One will be more survival horror oriented, and one will be more action oriented. So that's going to be in there. There'll be better enemy AI. Improved combat and stealth mechanics, more balanced weapons, more intuitive controls plus signature features such as the mask wiping mechanic, those sort of things. So
that was revolutionary. Pressing F to wipe your mask.
Wipe your mask. Well, not really. I mean, fuck. Did you ever play the last Alone in the Dark game? There was a push X to blink. That was dumb.
Push X to blink?
Yeah, you would not blink if you didn't push the button. Your vision would get blurrier unless you blinked. It was ridiculous. That was ridiculous. Okay, but yeah, whoever played Metro, whoever not played Metro, and when I got the definitive... Absolutely worth picking up. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's still a great series. I'm just pissed off that apparently they just have a better version of it. I already have it on my Steam.
Is it going to run on a new engine?
I doubt it.
No idea. I doubt it. I wonder if they'll still... yeah. The other announcement that was made was there will be a new Halo Master Chief Collection for the Xbox One, which will contain Halos 1 to 4. So bringing the entire series onto Xbox One, pretty much.
Yeah, bringing Master Chief to Xbox One.
So minus ODST and
Reach. Yeah. And I think it's pretty cool. Again, more remastering, so I'm getting sick of that, but I guess there are some people still that have Xboxes that haven't played Halo. Could pick up this. I don't know. So many people have played Halo. People buy Xbox for Halo. I don't know why you want to.
Actually, Halo was the one game that made me want to get an Xbox, like the old school Xbox. That was
the first one.
Yeah, the first one. That was the game that made me want it.
Yeah, see, I wasn't those kind of people because the first Halo was on PC.
Oh, no. The first Halo was an Xbox exclusive.
Yeah, Combat Evolved was the one on PC.
And then they ported it to PC.
Oh, it was ported. Okay, then yeah, there. When it was ported, that's when I knew about Halo. When it was already ported.
Okay.
That's the time when I heard about it. It's when Combat Evolved already was released. But okay, there. That's pretty cool though. At least I guess. Again, Combat Evolved in True HD or in I don't know what's True HD now.
790p.
792.
Something like that.
792p. I don't know.
Those are not 1080s.
Yeah. Moving on.
Ever.
You wanna
last bit of news before we talk about Watch Dogs and E3. Nintendo's NFC Nintendo Figure What's the C stand for? Collection? 'Cause I don't know. Anyways,
It's
there.
pretty much Skylanders with Smash Brothers.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
so Nintendo is going to have action, Skylanders style action toys, which will be working with Smash Brothers on its release or down the line as a added feature.
Is this really confirmed by Nintendo, or is it just, or?
Which that would be interesting because it'd be a fun way to introduce DLC. Like if you buy the new character, you could use it in Smash Brothers, you know, or something.
I have a feeling it's gonna be based. It'll be combined with the whole trophy assist character.
I don't want DLC characters in my Smash Brothers though.
They will have DLC characters.
But it's Sakurai. He loves us.
He doesn't like us
He'll do
that
that.
much. He doesn't like us that much.
I don't know.
Believe it.
Like,
It's
I
true.
hope like maybe not assist trophies then, but yeah, I would be fine with assist trophies.
Nintendo is like desperate, so I'm sure they're
Not playable characters, please.
No, but apart
Or-
from that,
or-
like, what other ways could you imagine like a Skylander system working with
Like
Smash
maybe
Brothers?
a figure of Link, and then when you put it in the game, you get an extra costume or something.
So cosmetic stuff, maybe.
Yeah, if it's cosmetics, it's fine. Like Valve does it all the time.
Yeah, but these toys are for kids. So what is the clothes is not enough for a kid.
Well,
do
the
you
toy.
think do you think it's really targeted to kids? Because what they're saying is the
For
Skylanders
glory
for
mode,
kids.
it's not for kids.
what they were saying is these figures will be cross-compatible with different games, unlike Skylanders, which only works with Skylanders, right? Like these
Yeah.
toys will be like Mario can be used in Smash Brothers and in like other games, so
But I don't know. But they didn't really say exactly how yet.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm really curious on how that's gonna be because if it's cross game, I guess.
I hope it's cosmetics.
Depends on how. I hope it's cosmetics as well. And like if they for example put Zelda, and then like the recently announced Zelda Hyrule Warriors, if you put that damn toy in the Wii U,
You get Bikini Zelda.
I don't know. You get,
Zelda.
That would be
you got
hot.
Water Temple Zelda or something. I mean Zelda Link with the boots.
Zora Link, Fish Link.
Yeah. Or no, with the heavy boots in Ocarina of Time, where you just fall.
Or you get the
like-
blue scarf Link from Hyrule Warriors and Smash Bros.
Yeah. It's years too late, but I guess they're finally in it. Nintendo, good job, ish.
You
guess.
missed the boat, but you're catching up. You know.
Yeah, they're playing pickup at this point, and I hope it goes well with them. I hope they present it better, or compared to how they're presenting their new shit. Like, it's new tech, because it's new tech, and in my impression, when it comes to Nintendo announcing new tech, I get confused. That's what happened to me when they. That's what happened when they announced Wii U. I thought it was a peripheral. Apparently, it's a new console. That's what happened when they went the whole Wii U Vitality sensor, and then what you needed to play the new Zelda. It's very confusing. I hope they explain it better when this is officially announced in E3. 'Cause it's coming out in E3 for sure. We're gonna see it in E3.
All right.
And yeah, that's about it. We're gonna talk also about Watch Dogs because I can't imagine us ignoring it. And how
Well, it's out.
Stupid
It's out this week.
hype.
It's out today. If you're listening
It's
to
out
this,
today,
it's out today.
or you're playing it now. If you're like listening to it the days after.
But you can't stream it today yet because we're in the future.
By the
Yeah.
way, if you've been playing it for a while, it means you've been playing the pirated version. And we just saw an article, and apparently the pirated version comes with Bitcoin mining virus. So
Yeah, so if anybody's like contemplating if they should get the original copy,
You just got
you just got hacked, yo. You just got exclusive content, yo.
exclusive content from the pirated version.
That's so meta. You bought a hacking game to get hacked.
I know. That's so
So
meta.
hilarious.
But
Wow.
the reason why I want to mention the Watch Dogs is, well, not because it's coming out, it's because how stupidly big it is. And I'm not too sure if I want to praise who is the marketing lead for Watch Dogs, but it's a new IP and everybody's just all over it right now, and we have no idea what to expect yet. Like, I'm excited for it, but it's just like not as big as GTA 5, but it's getting there, I think. And it's a new IP, and like you see what Database is doing now. They're like flooding us with Watch Dogs as if like they're like feeding us info. They want us to pre-order in Data Blitz as much as we want, as much as they want. It's crazy. And I think both of you already pre-ordered it already?
Yes, I have it pre-ordered.
I haven't. I want to pre-order it.
You don't? Well, I think
I don't think I will.
I think the hype for this game is ridiculous. I don't think it'll be as good as people imagine it's going to be. From what I've seen, from what we have seen, especially through the first formal kind of review on Conan O'Brien, the Clueless Gamer review, it looks just. I think you're right. It's going to play like GTA in a lot of aspects.
For me that was a no-brainer. It could be the same boat as when people were like GTA 5, like, oh, it's just GTA. Like it's so overhyped to the point that we expect so much out of it, and then when it finally ships out and we finally play it, or like we kind of feel a bit disappointed because we were expecting so much out of it. If you know what I mean. I think that's what's going to happen this time.
Because the only thing that was being showcased was all the hacking, right? All the cool stuff you could do with the phone.
Which is a concept that I still can't seem to grasp very well.
It's press X.
No, but like how it integrates into the whole open world thing. Like
you have a hidden cursor on where Aiden's looking, and then when you're on a stoplight, you see an X. You press it, it'll turn green. That's what I'm showing.
Like when they showed it off in E3, that was a very scripted thing, right? Where you hack into someone's ATM. Then they're going to go to this thing, then you have to beat them to it, etc. Like, even in the Conan O'Brien's review, it looked very gimmicky. And that's supposed to be the main hook of the game.
Yeah, true. And that's the reason why I'm kind of worried. Like, I was so excited for it. Like, it became, like, one of the reasons why I want to buy a PS4. But, you know.
No, like, for me, the whole open world thing is fine. But when they started talking about all this hacking things, that's when I started getting skeptical. Like, how gimmicky is this going to be? Like, you know how PR likes to twist words and make something sound better than it actually is?
Levolution.
Something like that, yeah. Like, Levolution, exactly. Or you thought it was going to be, like, for all the buildings, but it's just for, like, these certain segments.
Hey, dude, you can turn off the lights. That's Levolution.
Woo! Turn off the lights.
If you go through the metal detector, that's Levolution.
Exactly.
That's how they described it, if I remember correctly. Like, everything is about S. Anyway, yeah, I get what you mean, and I don't know, when it was first announced, I was pretty excited about the concept, and then I was like, all game and gung-ho, it looks amazing, the graphics. It's supposed to come out last year.
And got delayed.
It got delayed. And then
that's
months
worrying
go by.
Enough. It got delayed for half a year.
They got delayed for half a year.
Half a year.
And then they're saying they were delaying it for polishing reasons. And then
that's a lot of polishing.
Months go by, and then we see downgrade visuals on this game. And then all of a sudden they're not announcing it's lowered resolution, lowered FPS. I mean, it really, I don't want to say it, but it really just seems like the first initial gameplay that we saw was like they just pumped up the visuals all the way up.
Do you think this might have something to do that they had to? They're releasing this also on PS3 and Xbox 360.
It's a big yeah.
I don't think that's the reason because like I remember reading somewhere of them saying when they started developing Watch Dogs before the consoles came out, they were given the specs of the consoles, and like apparently during development they overshot the specs.
Oh, I see.
So that's the reasoning, I think, of
this
all
is why
these
we can't have. That's why we can't have nice things. You know, it could have been a PC exclusive with all the bells and whistles.
They overestimated the consoles.
We can't have nice things. That's the damn it.
No, that's why we got super overexcited. Like, this is our expectations, and then they have to dumb it down because like like what Biggie said, they overshot it.
Yeah.
Like we can do this, but once we start creating the game, like we have to tone it down. It's a bit too much for the new consoles and all that, and then
And they're like, we can do this. Oh, wait, no, can't. No, we can't.
No, we can't. Up, and like, up, delay.
By 70%.
Yeah, delay it.
I want to see more pixels.
And then now we're at, May? It's coming out next week. It still looks amazing though, but again, I just really have I have this funny feeling that people will just come out like, I was expecting so much more out of this game. They might not like the story, they'll just have like just how Assassin's Creed has all those damn tasks everywhere in the map, but you don't have to really do it.
I think
You can do it if
it's
you
going
want
to be
to.
like that because this is Ubisoft, and I have a feeling now that they've spent all the time on development,
And they have a spider tank for no reason.
now that they've spent all the time on development with this, it's going to be easy for them to make it to basically make it a yearly thing,
Yeah,
a yearly release. Yeah.
well, like I mentioned before, like if depends on the success, we might see a yearly Watch Dogs, but I hope not, because I think we're already like drowning with yearly releases. I don't wanna see NBA, NFL, UFC, Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, Watch Dogs, and Far Cry 3 all in 1 year, every year, and then Sony jumps in and we have Uncharted every year, and then we have Halo every year. I don't want anymore. That's my fear. Like we don't see any room for new IPs or
Or like any of the new IPs get flushed out because of all these mainstream AAA games.
yeah, because we also have like Batman, Warner Bros. Also joining the yearly race. Activision has their yearly thing. I'm sure Destiny is going to be a yearly thing because they have a 5-year contract. What else? There's so much yearly things. I really hope it doesn't become that for Watch Dogs. And I don't know. I just have a negative or I have a weird feeling in my stomach when it comes to Watch Dogs. So come Tuesday or come today, we'll see the final reactions because everybody's playing it right now. There are leaks everywhere. People are playing on PC. People are playing on Xbox One.
And people mining bitcoins.
People are mining bitcoins. People are getting banned.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it next week because we're all gonna get it.
Well, you guys are gonna. Well,
Yeah, me
I
and
think
Will
I'll
ordered it.
well, I'll have it because I'm planning to get it at the end of the month, but not on day one though. So I'm still gonna get it, but I just have this weird feeling. That's all.
Yeah, payday might come early.
I hope so.
Like some people usually get payday on like Friday before the month ends or something.
I don't want to put myself really tight just because of Watch Dogs. So I'll just wait for next payday because it's 27. I can wait 3 days.
Yeah,
Like,
and
no
the
matter.
podcast is on the weekend. It's fine. Get
I'm
it.
sure when I do 34, I'll be holding the copy, but I haven't played it yet or something.
Yeah, get it like 2 hours before and play it 1 hour before we start.
And I'll say, oh my god, that was an amazing game. I loved it. Thank you,
I
Ubisoft.
totally hacked this car. Played
Totally hacked-
video. So sweet.
You know what's amazing though? I can hack the car, and it's the same concept with GTA when you press X. It's the same thing, but it just has their hack instead of enter.
Triangle.
Yeah, or no, it's X.
What, to steal? Oh, on Xbox maybe.
Or no, I don't know. Anyway, that's Watch Dogs. We'll see. We will see.
Instead of like, eat hot dog, hack hot dog.
Yeah,
Go
'cause you
to
never
the
know.
restroom, hack the toilet.
You can hack. I'm not too sure. You can then hack the main pipes in the streets to make it burst in the
I
intersections.
don't know, it's weird.
There's a lot you can
I
do.
hope the
Anyway,
game is good. If not good, at least I hope the game is fun.
Yeah, I'm sure it won't be bad. Absolutely not.
I'm sure it won't be bad, but I'm sure people will go like, I was expecting more.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
It's gonna happen. I have that weird feeling it's gonna happen. That's my weird feeling. You want to do the whole E3 talk now? Because we are weeks away from E3.
Yeah, a few more days actually. Sure. Let's start with E3. So,
For those who don't know E3, that's pretty much this is the video game Super Bowl, in a sense,
More or less.
more or less.
pretty much. You think it's going to be another? I'm pretty sure it's going to be Microsoft versus Sony again.
It
Well,
always
And
just-
I have a feeling Nintendo's not going to be a major presence,
but
much
we're
like
gonna
last
be rooting
year.
for Nintendo.
We will, but reality of it is.
It's been that way since.
You want to hit Nintendo right now?
Sure, why not?
Go for it, Will.
Ubisoft has already announced that they do not have any Nintendo announcements to make for E3. So,
Not even Watch Dogs.
not even Watch Dogs apparently.
Well, that sucks. Third-party support is not a good start for them already. Wala pang
I
E3.
have a feeling Nintendo's just gonna be all
Tomodachi life all the way.
all themselves. Yeah, Reggie's gonna be doing something weird.
Reggie's gonna get his body ready.
Reggie's gonna oil up Reggie Robot all the way. It's gonna happen. It's gonna oil him up.
You think he's gonna walk in pretending like he's the Reggie Fizabot?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I would love
Shades
that
and
to
everything.
happen.
He comes up with a new console as the Reggie Robot. Here's a new console that will surpass the Wii U, even though it's 2 years old only.
Reggie Bot is like Kevin Butler for Sony.
A funnier one. I don't know.
He is his own mascot.
He is his own mascot, and he's using his real name.
Reggie, you talking about?
Yeah, Kevin.
He's
Yeah.
he's a May. Yep.
Yeah.
He's a parody
Yeah.
of himself.
E3 is showing up. E3 is the big what's the full thing? Electronics convention.
Electronic Entertainment Expo.
Yes, and this is pretty much where all the big devs, all the big gaming companies just pretty much show what they got for the second half of 2014 and beyond. Like what to expect. Like this is where PS4 and Xbox One it wasn't announced there, but this is where they show their chops on like what to expect, why you want to get hyped on these consoles. And this year they might do the same thing, but now it's been officially like the first time where all the consoles are out.
It's gonna be about the game, son.
It's gonna be about the games. Nintendo's gonna be part of it. We'll see Smash Brothers. We'll see Uncharted. We'll see Halo. We'll see Tomodachi Life.
Bayonetta 2, hopefully.
Bayonetta 2. Yeah. Okay. What are you guys most excited for? Like,
Smash Bros.
Okay.
That's it.
Specifically
That's it?
from Nintendo? Are we talking about Nintendo specific?
No, I'm talking about in general right now. But apparently,
It's like I don't know what to expect. Like, I hope I see Final Fantasy 15 and Kingdom Hearts 3.
The last
I doubt they're
Last
gonna show
Guardian.
Kingdom Hearts 3.
okay, no.
For Nintendo, actually, from Nintendo itself, I want to see more what they plan to do with their Skylander toys. That for me is
Yeah,
I'm very
I want to
curious
see
to find out.
how that tech will work.
Yeah, we mentioned it a while ago that they're mixing it with Smash Brothers.
Because that has a lot of potential to be big if they can do it right. You know, like, come on, Nintendo, Pokemon, you know it. We are telling you for.
No, it's funny. They're not playing second fiddle. They're playing third fiddle.
Yeah,
Because Disney and Skylanders already out.
And yet Pokemon is the only thing that's not on the list of that new toy tech.
right. So, but why? You know, that's the question there.
I'm sure they will because it's a tech that will be included for 3DS as well.
This
Yeah.
is the testing ground.
No,
They're
but
They're
he's
gonna
right.
sacrifice their Nintendo Disney princesses with this new toy tech, and if it works, they're gonna use it for Pokemon.
And then it won't sell, and then they're shit again.
That's my theory.
No, but they did say it's going to be 3DS as well, right? 3D.
They confirmed that
So
already.
for sure, Pokemon is something that they're thinking about big time. I don't know if they'll announce it then, but again, I'm very curious to see how that technology will work. And who knows? It may just be enough for Nintendo to steal the show if they do
Hopefully.
it right. Because
And you know
for me,
how and Nintendo is very, very honest when it comes to whatever they're showing off. So if they're gonna reveal something, they're gonna reveal all of it.
yeah, because I'm 100% sure the only thing Xbox and Sony are going to be showing is like, look at our shit, we got more games.
Our Call of Duty looks better than your Call of Duty.
Exactly. Exactly. Actually, I wanted to ask you guys, do you think there'll be any focus whatsoever on 360 and PS3 stuff still this year, or
I think
Sony-
they're probably gonna mention it, but
will
Sony has always done it in past E3s when they were doing the PS3 thing. They always mentioned PS2 until they officially announced that they weren't
doing
making any more PS2.
Yeah, even the PSP got mentioned when it was the Vita's second E3. Like, oh, we're still gonna do crap for PSP.
Yeah, Microsoft on the other hand, I don't think I will see 360 at all. To be honest.
Yeah, I have a feeling.
They're not gonna talk about it. They're gonna throw 360 out in the water. They're gonna focus on the Xbox One. That's just how they are. It's not a bad thing, really. They wanna catch up to the whole sales thing because right now the biggest buzz right now is with Microsoft because they just reduced the price from $500 to $400.
Yep.
Since they kicked Kinect out in the curb.
Kinect.
They removed it. Everybody's now eyeing on Xbox One. I'm now eyeing on Xbox One. It looks more. It's cheaper, for Christ's sake.
Did
Why
you
not?
hear about the dedicated processing power for Kinect? I think it's like
Yeah.
10% or something.
Okay.
And
Wow,
like
really?
since the Kinect is now gone and not a requirement, like developers are thinking of using that extra processing power.
Which is huge.
Yeah, it's huge, but it's not like PS4 huge, but it's still gonna help, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's still extra stuff for the developers no matter what. It's like it just shows that the Kinect was hindering
That's how
development.
bad the Kinect was.
It was hindering development. Like the developer's like, should I use it? I don't know. Should we use it? How do we use that?
Assets.
How are we gonna use this? I don't know. I guess just when they shout, they can do something. Yeah, I guess we'll do that.
They can order the pizza on Pizza Hut. And the
Yeah,
Pizza
because
Hut app.
that's 10% of process power. So that's how it's still a waste if a developer disregards it. That means it's still a nuisance in a sense.
Can you
But yeah, that's
wait, can you do that now? Like you're playing a game and say like Xbox order pizza.
The 360 got the Pizza Hut app, like shortly after the Xbox One, I think, came out.
Whoa,
And
you
you can
order
use Kinect to order pizza. And Destructoid made a video of it. I think they spent like 20 minutes shouting at the
Trying to-
Kinect to get an order. But it
I want
arrived.
shakies now.
The pizza arrived, so that's the thing. It works.
Wow.
Well, that would suck if Destructoid was covering it, it didn't work. That would have been horrible.
Yeah.
But anyway, well, Microsoft, yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. I don't know what they're gonna focus on E3.
What,
Like,
no, wait. Before we jump to Microsoft, like we kind of jumped. Sorry to that. Do you think Nintendo will be showing off any new
oh yeah.
hardware throughout? Because there was all this talk about their whole health or lifestyle enrichment thing they wanted to do. And I think we even had a rumor a while back that they may show new hardware as well. Do you
I think
do you feel like that's possible, or like that's how likely is that in your mind to happen?
last week it was likely. This week it seems unlikely because they have this tech plan for Wii U, like the whole the whole fucking Skylander crap.
Yeah, I think that's
Plan for Wii U and 3DS. I don't think they have enough fucking money to support another console or another hardware to also match with that, or unless they're going all out.
Mm.
But I'm just saying it's less unlikely to see new hardware now.
I think you're right. I think they're gonna focus primarily on the Skylander toy. If any hardware is to be shown, it'll be whatever like pad or receiver unit you have to buy to scan the.
Nintendo
Does that
also
sound-
said that they're not gonna stop on the Wii U yet until it goes through its console life cycle.
Oh, there. So they're not giving up on that at all.
Not yet.
So there. Then I
Do
guess.
you think it'll be a price cut announcement like at all,
I
like
hope so, because like Nintendo's stingy with price cuts.
or like a new hardware revision at least?
I think
Hardware
the toys
hardware
are
revision
on,
pwede.
I
I
think
don't know how though.
the toys are. I think the toys are gonna run on like IR
Of course, because that's one feature that
because
people
like the
hardly
3DS
touch.
still has IR. Yeah,
Yeah.
they still have it. And I guess if it's something small like cosmetics or something,
I shit you not, but
unlike Skylanders, which is a character with save data, IR could work because like the Circle Pad Pro on the 3DS works via IR.
They should use the IR because I shit you not, my nephew when he got his 3DS, he thought it was pretty cool, the IR cards.
Yeah.
But that was like 30 minutes after. Once he did it for 30 minutes, he never touched it again.
Wait, you're talking about AR cards,
The AR cards, not the IR.
infrared.
We got the confusion here.
Too many letters.
I take it back. But they should use that as well, regardless. Like people, what is that for now? To be honest.
Yeah, like the augmented reality stuff is cool, but
But that's just for like a
cameras are
30
kinda
minute.
shit.
That's just for like 30 minutes of your. Anyway,
You
yeah.
play it once, it's done.
Yeah, it's done. Anyway, it's my bad. But with the whole hardware thing, I think the whole Skylander thing, I think that's all we're gonna see. in
Oh,
terms
we
of
might see the
hardware.
quality of life, whatever that they were talking about.
They could show it, I guess, but we'll just see more. They'll put us a project name,
I
and
never
then
got the vitality sensor.
we'll never will.
That's something
we'll
the
never,
Kinect can do. It can detect your heartbeat.
You can.
Yeah, it can.
Anyway,
So if you're having a heart attack, I think it can call 911 or something. As you're eating your pizza, or
as you're eating your pizza, okay.
All right.
I only looking at the games right now for Wii U because that's I can't stress it enough.
I have, speaking of games, I have very little hope for any third-party stuff. We'll likely see some new games announced specifically with those toys in mind.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure we'll see that. We're definitely going to see the new Zelda, the Wii U Zelda. I have a feeling that's going to be announced already.
We're definitely going to see more of that Dynasty Warriors game.
The Hyrule Warriors as well,
Which is funny because it's not being made by... Who makes the Dynasty Warriors games?
Tecmo?
Koei makes them.
Koei.
Yeah, well, Koei, Tecmo, yeah, those guys.
This one is...
They're the same.
Yeah, but this one is being made by Team Ninja.
Oh,
that's what they're doing now? Okay.
And not Tecmo Koei.
Wow,
Even though Tecmo owns Team Ninja. To be specific, Team Ninja's making this game, so that's kind of weird. We're gonna get boob physics.
DMC? Am I the right developer here?
Team Ninja are the guys who did Ninja Gaiden, Dead or Alive.
Ninja Gaiden, Dead or Alive. We're gonna get boob physics.
Oh, sorry, wrong one.
It's that really terrible Metroid game.
Other M?
Was it that bad?
Like
Other M?
But they just made...
It's the talking that was bad.
Yeah, no, the game itself wasn't bad, just the Samus character...
The game looked great on a Wii.
Yeah.
The talking was bad.
Well, anyway, I just want to see, Zelda. I want to see that whole X game, the Xeno...
Oh, that's the RPG.
The unnamed Xeno game.
Yeah, because it's still slated for coming out this year. I mean, like, seriously. They gotta show something. Or give it a name, for Christ's sake.
We'll see, apart from Tomodachi Life, anything interesting on the 3DS.
Sim 4.
3DS gets a lot of games, announced at the same time, so we're gonna see something.
3DS,
You think we'll have another hardware revision 3DS, or...
I don't know, we'll get a Mario Party.
I don't think we're gonna get one this soon.
Because they just released the 2DS, that's true.
Yeah,
we're gonna see it next year.
I think the hardware will really focus on the whole Skylanders bit. I think 3DS...
I hope so.
I think 3DS is meant to be like benched, because seriously, Wii U needs the attention right now. It needs to bench 3DS. Like mention, it's a side note, but it has to be focused on the Wii U, because it's the one having a hard time.
That's all we need to hear. And I'm sure they can fill up an hour just on the tech, the games specifically being made for the tech, plus everything else that's been announced that we're waiting on more info for.
Bayonetta 2.
Bayonetta, that unnamed X game. And hopefully they'll have a surprise or two also. I would like to see Star Fox or some other old IP that they're bringing back to the Wii.
Yeah, bring back Captain Falcon.
We need F-Zero back. It skipped a generation.
Or, like that Fatal Frame game that was announced, if they're going to localize that'd be fantastic, right?
Yeah. Or, heck, Mario?
Again?
More Mario?
No, I mean it's still the same, but Mario Galaxy-ish.
Oh, you mean like a real 3D Mario game?
Yeah.
They haven't done that in a while.
As much as that other Mario that came out last year was amazing for a lot, but it's still not.
Those are arcade Mario games. We need.
I want that whole Galaxy, like really like out of the box Mario games.
The Mario 64 for Wii U.
Wait, say that again. You're so choppy on that one.
Mario 64-ish.
Yeah. Like Mario Sunshine-ish, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of those, the real 3D Mario games.
In there. Well, let's move on to big companies. Another one.
What about? You want to talk about Microsoft or Sony or EA or Ubi? Microsoft. I think you're right. I think Microsoft. You're right. We probably will not hear shit about the 360.
Yes.
Sadly, because I still think the 360 has some life left in it.
It has some lights for it, but it's just like they did before when the 360 came out. They just like literally kicked Xbox One out of the.
No, that's true. Now that I think about it, you're right.
You mean the original Xbox?
Yeah, the old school Xbox.
Not the Xbox One.
They jumped like from
OG
Xbox to Xbox 360 in an instant. Like they didn't give that much good support compared to like what Sony does. So I won't see any change at this point.
Well, regarding Microsoft, I'm sure there are going to be a lot more Call of Duties coming our way from them.
Yeah, we'll see Kevin Spacey in
Definitely we'll see,
Microsoft.
absolutely sure we'll see Kevin Spacey at Microsoft PressCon.
The real Kevin Spacey.
We're definitely going to see Halo at the Microsoft PressCon.
Yeah. We're going to see actual gameplay.
I'm very hopeful we'll see Season 2 of Killer Instinct at the Microsoft PressCon. Has there been anything else they announced in last E3 that has not yet been pushed for the Xbox One?
Sunset Overdrive.
There, Sunset Overdrive will probably be shown as well.
Wasn't there a sort of Destiny-ish game on the Xbox One?
That's right, the one that you can kind of make your own level and stuff.
Something like that. Like, yeah, the Destiny equivalent on Xbox. I forgot the name.
The Destiny.
Not
online,
Destiny.
Whatever.
It was Project Spark or something like that?
Something like that.
It's not exclusive. It's for the PC as well.
Project Spark is for PC as well.
Right.
I
I like how that works. Like they keep like hyping Titanfall and all this shit, but it's not really exclusive. It's fucking PC as well. I mean, Jesus.
It's gonna be out on PC, but they're gonna say it's exclusive to Xbox One.
Like, I'm sure a lot of people thought like Titanfall is just for the Xbox. Like, no, you can buy it on PC. That's what I did.
I encountered a bunch of dudes that thought it was an Xbox One.
Yeah,
it probably plays better on PC. You know,
like you guys didn't even know Project Spark was also for PC.
Exactly.
I didn't know that. Yeah, I really didn't know that.
I was trying, like I think a month ago, I was trying to get to the beta for Project Spark because I want to check it out. But apparently, you can only get if you're in Windows 8.
What?
And I'm like, screw that. I don't want to get no.
What I'm wondering about actually is like, how much will we see from Microsoft as far as a Xbox Live content goes, like indie titles? Do you think we'll see anything there, or is that going to be more on Sony's side? You know?
If they're strong, they would like bolster their whole indie lineup. Like
they're not smart enough to do that though. Like Sony finally got it that indie games are a thing, but Xbox
indie games really make the fucking beat. They make the meat.
It makes me sad that Super Time Force is an Xbox One and 360 exclusive.
Yeah,
but
they have some exclusives.
Do you think they'll even bother with Kinect stuff like this year? Like that?
I hope they
I
do.
think they still will because they need a reason for people to buy the 500 one.
No, not only that, they still need to support the people who bought the 500 one.
Yeah, exactly.
And like,
They don't care about those people anymore.
They should.
Console.
Fuck them.
They should.
They can tell their...
Yeah, they made the mistake. They made the mistake of adding $100. Anyway.
Yeah.
I don't want to be with... But I also want...
No, I was going to say, like, I'm kind of worried that Microsoft may not really have anything totally brand new to show. It might just be all sequels and stuff like that, you know?
I don't know. I have a feeling they're going to do this, just the most predictable shit out of previous ones.
Titanfall 2!
No. Gears. No. Gears of War.
Gears of War,
Somehow. Yeah. I'm sure they're going to shock the world. Like, oh, here's our new Gears of War. Here you go. I mean, like, we did release one last year, but, you know, this is looking crispier than the other one.
Only on Xbox One!
Only on Xbox One.
And hire that dude for all the Xbox.
And then after 10 months, Gears of War will finally hit PC. And, you know.
Shit, like Gears of War 1?
No, Gears of War, the new one. I mean.
No, but like Gears of War 1 on PC was shit.
No, it was okay. It played alright.
It was on PC?
It's a bad port.
Oh, it was? Okay. I didn't know that. I thought it was, okay. Anyway, but yeah. There's also that stupid, exclusive game for Xbox. I'm saying stupid because I haven't seen anything of it. I don't know the name. Someone help me with the one that's combined with the TV series. The sci-fi.
Oh, I forgot about that, yeah.
Defiance? Is it Defiance?
No. Oh, wait. Let me stand up for this one. I'm lying down. It's a sci-fi one where like you can stop time. But anyway,
I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the title.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm forgetting this right now.
I keep thinking Falling Skies, but that's a different show.
I have a feeling though they're gonna have maybe one or two, but maybe predictable ones. Like I said, Gears of War, maybe one more, because they already mentioned Halo 5. We're
gonna see a lot of shooters. That's what.
Yeah, more shooters for sure. Sony.
I want to see a bunch of new
Running
IPs for Sony.
Running out of time already, so we'll just jump onto Sony.
New
and then-
IPs. I want to see new IPs.
Well, you want to see Final Fantasy 15 again?
Yeah, and
Well,
new IPs.
Do you think? Yeah, wait. Going back to Microsoft, do you think we'll see anything like which they'll try to get the Japanese market from, or any like big, like like remember when Final Fantasy 13 was announced on 360 and everyone went ballistic? Like,
I hope they
think
do
we
it.
will, but I hope they do.
I think they will, because they remember, like, when we announced that they were gonna hit the Japan market
Yeah.
at the end of the year. So I'd expect them, because Japan's also looking at E3, so I'm like expecting that they also have something for the Asian market. So we might see something. I don't know what though. I don't know what to expect really. Maybe a Tales game, but no, Tales already in PS3 though. That's the thing.
It's gonna be Gears of War, but with anime girls.
Anime girls.
Quantum Break. There you go. The one I was mentioning a while ago. Quantum Break.
Quantum Break.
Oh, that one. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know why I derped on that one, but yeah. I'll see more. I hope I am positive we'll see some more Japanese titles that would lead for the Asian market. Anything else for Microsoft? As we jump to Sony, because I want to jump to Sony really quick and then jump on the third party, because we're running out of I don't want to.
Yeah, let's jump to Sony. I think
with time.
Sony will still, like as you mentioned, I think Sony will not totally ignore PS3. We're still getting a lot of games out for it now on PS3.
We just got Drakengard 3.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah, the Persona game, Persona 5,
Persona
coming out the end of the year.
5 as well. And the
Like-
fighting games.
Like, people don't throw your PS3. Don't think PS3 is dead. People are thinking PS3
Yeah,
is
Sony
dead.
said PS3 is gonna stay on for at least 4 more years or something.
Yeah, like
Just like the PS2. PS2
the
had
PS4's
10
the
years,
PS4's
11 years.
success was so big that people are thinking that it's better to just toss your PS3. No, there's no games in PS4. There's not enough
and
games.
and
yet.
it's not backwards compatible.
It will be soon because of PlayStation now. There's a lot they're gonna do. To be
Yeah,
honest.
but like that's not gonna work here because internet,
Yeah, I know, but people will try.
and it'll fail. Hope not.
But yeah, they have. I'm expecting Sony to like go heavy on their PlayStation now with that little announcement of their whole streaming service, because that's their answer for backwards compatibility. I'm gonna see. I think Vita will show up because I think they would
Has
want to
to.
focus more with the whole PS4 Vita pair.
Plus I think the Vita Slim hit the States not too long ago. Like not released, but some review sites have it now for the States.
The what?
The Vita Slim.
Oh, the Vita Slim. Yeah. With Sony, it's the complete opposite of what I expect Nintendo would do. Like Nintendo will be focused on with Wii U and then will bench the Vita. I think they would not really bench the PS4, but more like they would try to make it equal to the Vita, just because they want it to be really paired with the PS4 and the Vita.
They're probably gonna sell the Vita more because I think they're gonna announce the Vita TV for the US at E3.
Yeah, which won't be.
I hope they do because that's the only one without it.
Yeah, but for us we can get it in the.
Yeah,
the
but
Asian
we can't
ones.
use our US accounts.
Oh wow, Jesus Christ, that's another issue really. Just because we can't use our US accounts.
That's what everyone uses here.
Apparently, I don't. That's another topic for another day. I'm also stressed by that because people are like, "I want R1," and then they complain that it's so expensive, but they want the R1.
No, but there is no R1 of Vita TV yet.
No, I'm talking about in general, like the whole
yeah,
PS3. Anyway, but in terms of games for Sony, I want to see Uncharted, but it's a no-brainer that they're gonna show Uncharted for.
Yeah, they have
For
to,
this year.
especially with all the firing of the people.
There's
to
no
show
one
that
there,
it's-
no.
that it
There's
still
no one in
exists.
Naughty Dog, so they have to show something. Like, we're doing something. I'm expecting an in-game, like, how do I say this? Like, it's a playable.
Like a demo.
Yeah,
like
it's playable demo.
Like what they did with Last of Us,
Mhm.
where they played it on screen.
And then we're gonna be shocked and surprised. And
That it looks exactly the same.
And then they cut back to FF15, and then that's their Sony E3. That's it. I don't know what else to say. Maybe I want to see more IPs for sure.
Yeah,
but
I want to see a bunch of new IPs because Sony
IPs
tends to do that more.
I would scratch my head if I see God of War because it's the same.
I wouldn't be surprised, man. But I would love to see.
They announced something.
I would love to see. I would love to see God of War with like a new.
A new protagonist.
Yeah, a new gods like
Kratos Jr.
Kratos goes to Egypt. You know, some shit like that.
Kratos goes to Japan.
Just for the sake, just because we know that From Software is working on a new next-gen Dark Souls-ish game, project-based, I want them to announce that, and like it's an exclusive. Yeah, I wanted to show it, and I was like, oh, this is the new Dark Souls, it's going to be exclusive to the PS4. Holy shit, will I buy that game, that console?
Everything is a giant monster.
Everything is a giant monster that will kill you with one hit.
You don't fight undead soldiers anymore, you just fight giant dogs.
Yeah. But yeah, Sony is, I don't know what else to say about Sony, to be honest. I'm not too excited to Final Fantasy 15.
I want to see more of that, that free-to-play thing by Capcom.
Deep down.
Yeah, Dragon's Dogma 3. Dragon's Dogma 2.
Because it's a...
People are saying it'll be...
What, which one? It'll be like what?
People are saying it'll be like Dragon's Dogma.
I have a feeling it's Dragon's Dogma 2.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well.
But they just changed the name, made it free to play. I mean, that was their focus, and they're like, you know what? You work on something else. We'll just make this a new game.
It's gonna be hella pretty.
It's free to play though. It's free to play.
As long as it plays well, because like I like Dragon Dogma's combat.
Yeah,
that was the best part of that.
And then we might see Last Guardian. I don't know.
I hope we do. I doubt it, but I hope we do.
In like true HD.
The penultimate Guardian.
True HD-ish.
792p.
792p. 60 frames per second.
No, not 60.
Well, what about you, Will? Is there anything else? I'm gonna go hit like EA and shit already.
No.
Or are we close?
Nothing I can really think of like that. I'm not going in there expecting anything because it's anything is open. Like new IPs, I would love to see that, but as far as what we just talked about now, that's all. I'm fully expecting all of that. It's just I'm not trying to raise my expectations too high because I think this could either be a really awesome. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase. Well, I think this is a good opportunity for Nintendo to step up because I don't expect Microsoft or Sony to have anything particularly exciting apart from more Call of Duties,
Just Dance.
So yeah, Just Dance, whatever. So here's the chance for Nintendo to kind of shine and do something different instead of like trying to, considering the other two players are just going to be showing expected stuff. I would say,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my feelings on it.
Well, what time is it already? Because it's not only Nintendo, like Microsoft and Sony in the E3 floor.
Yeah.
We're also going to have like Ubisoft and EA.
EA is definitely going to be showing their new Battlefield game. Activision.
I hope they show off Battlefront, like the Star Wars.
They will definitely have to show.
We're definitely going to see Battlefront for sure.
Something Star Wars for
excited.
sure.
Yeah, something Star Wars.
We're going to see. Oh God, we're going to see more Madden and their sports stuff, of course. Which won't. Do you think they'll try again with basketball, considering their NBA stuff is just failed and failed?
I don't know.
No, they're not going to do that again.
How many years have they missed?
Like I've had friends who bought that 2K. Was it 2K?
No, 2K is owned by 2K.
Oh, sorry, Live.
Live.
I'm sorry. Yeah, NBA Live. I saw people who bought it, and they said like it's like playing an NBA game 3 years ago or 4 years ago. Like they're so behind, and the animations were horrible. I don't expect that. EA is definitely gonna be like whole Battlefront. I don't know. Maybe because Titanfall is EA. Titanfall is EA, right?
Yep.
I want to see maybe because I don't think Battlefront's ready for this year. I want to see what their FPS is going to be for this year. That would go on like the whole against like Advanced Warfare, Call of Duty. Because I don't think EA would bother. Like they won't skip this year for another FPS. They don't have a new Medal of Honor planned for this year. So maybe they'll announce something. Or maybe they'll just literally give Activision that free year. Like, that's your year. It's up to you. Because last year was Battlefield 4 against Ghost, so.
And this year will be Battlefield 5 or whatever versus
It'll be Battlefield 4
versus Kevin
DLC.
Spacey.
Kevin Spacey
Battlefield
versus
4 DLC versus Kevin Spacey.
Well, the rumor is the new Battlefield is called Battlefield SWAT. It'll be like police Battlefield.
a dumbed down, like a smaller scale.
From what I understand, yeah.
Oh, that's gonna suck.
It might be interesting, but that's what I hear. That's the rumor. I don't expect too much from EA as far as originality goes. New IPs is kind of. That's why I'm saying that Xbox, Microsoft, and Sony may not be that interesting because I just don't feel new IPs is gonna really come into play. No, it'll be sequels, right? But
yeah,
I doubt. What they're going to be doing is they're going to be bringing up all their old IPs from the last gen now into the new gen. But as far as brand new IPs, that may not really happen.
Well, I have to cut our little conversation of E3 short. Well, somewhat short. We'll talk about we're running out of time.
Last bit. I want to see Konami do something.
Oh God! 1 million enemies.
They have the craziest little press conference in a small little room.
I think it's coming out before E3, even before everybody else. But,
what was it last year when they brought in lucha libre wrestlers?
Oh God, that was hilarious. That was great.
They had them fight on stage.
I love that.
Why are we gonna do this? Because it's fun. Let's just do it. Yeah, Konami. I don't know. What I think about Konami is MGS4.
Yeah, but that's what they don't really talk about in their press conferences because they talk about MGS in the bigger press conferenses, but in their own they talk about whatever the hell they want.
Lucha Libre and whatever.
At the year before they had Koji Igarashi. Was it Koji? The extreme guy, right?
Yeah.
They had him do a completely English press conference by himself.
And it was horrible.
Of this really weird game, too. That was amazing. So yeah, I want to see Konami do whatever the hell they want. The Ubisoft one, the EA one,
Ubisoft one, I want to see Division. As much as it was delayed on next year of 2015, but I still want to see it because I was so blown away when that guy pushed the door.
That looks better than Destiny.
On the car door.
That looks like a better Destiny than Destiny. Everything is active at the same time online in the map, in a really big map.
I'll collect my thoughts about that because I'm excited because of the whole fact that Division is online based. It's squad based online shooter.
Yeah, multiple. It's like MAG. The next.
Yeah, but then again, that's also Destiny. It's just more sci-fi-ish. So it's very weird, I guess.
But the premise of Destiny looks boring compared to
for you.
Yeah, for me.
Okay. Yeah, well, for me, I just don't understand what Destiny is yet. I haven't seen a single face. It's coming out this
Monster Hunter with guns.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm gonna cut this. We'll talk more about E3 next week because we haven't really delved into E3 the whole EA Ubisoft.
We might have something to talk about E3, and not just speculation.
Yeah, because
they might start announcing things now.
We're gonna have depending on what episode 34 will land, either a Saturday or Sunday. If it's a Saturday, it's gonna be what's that? If it's a Saturday, it's gonna be the last day of May. If it's Sunday, it's the first day of June. So, but regardless, that's a week before E3.
Yep.
So it's gonna be I'm expecting a lot of news to come out because right now it's all rumors and speculations and what we hope to see from this big event. And yeah, so tune in for that. Thanks for listening in. If you want to listen to our previous episodes, any of our game reviews and whatnot, you can check us out at our website, www.toomuchgaming.com. That's 2 with the number 2. And if you want to check out Miggy's Let's Plays, videos, hilarious videos, shenanigans, you can check out on his TMG blog channel at YouTube. And yeah, subscribe, follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And if you have any questions regarding anything, any topics, any I don't know if you have a question for Will or Miggy.
Yep.
Email us at the tmgpodcast@gmail.com. We'd love to entertain any questions. And I think that's about it. Am I missing anything out?
No, that's about it.
I kind of recorded my whole Let's Play of Transistor. I'm going to throw that out on our channel too.
Nice.
And I guess our live stream, but I haven't been done it in a while though. I'm kind of like focusing on other stuff. But yeah, we also live stream.
I just did my Left 4 Dead episode 3 season 2 live stream, which the live stream was really bad because the net was, pooping out. I also recorded it, so that's gonna go up sometime this week.
Yeah. And I think that's about it. Am I missing anything out before I say goodbye to everybody?
I really want pizza right now.
Oh,
I want water right now.
Xbox pizza. Let's do it.
We don't have an Xbox One. We don't have a Kinect. Oh wait.
The Pizza Hut app only works for the States.
Don't.
In select countries, in select areas in the States.
Damn it.
I shit you not. If you go to Xbox for the Philippines, there's nothing there. There's no app. There's no app that could work.
But is Philippines part of their regions?
We can pick a region, but we can pick it in the region list, but we can't get anything.
Oh, that's
like
more
there's no
than
reason.
Sony. We're not there.
Yes, so I need to work on that. Anyway, this is episode 33. I don't know why I always hesitate when I say the episode. But this is episode 33. Thanks for listening in. We have an episode every Tuesday. So, yeah. We'll see you next week.
All right.
See you guys.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.